what I've been reading in the technical papers is that Java seems to have lost its popularity, apparently, recently to simpler other web-based development environments like PHP, Python, or Rails. Well, actually, when I first produced this talk, I was expecting to be in the basement with about 20 people. So it worries me a bit because I've never talked before so many people before, but it would also worry me if it's actually true. How many people have actually found that at their work environment, people are saying, let's not do this in Java, let's do it in PHP or Rails or Python? Has anybody found that? So, a reasonable number, but not too many. Does anybody know Python? Oh, that's good. Because I've chosen Python as the one as my examples here. And let's go over the reasoning behind what people were saying there. They're saying that they find these other languages simpler and more cost-effective to develop. And one of the examples of that is they say there's less emphasis, or maybe no emphasis, on design patterns or abstraction layers, database independence, interfaces, and those sort of things. So I was going to ask, how many people how many people sort of feel that they use these things a little bit too much in the Java world? No. Oh, okay. A few people have put up their hands, so I wouldn't say I was preaching to the converted, but at least I've got something to talk about. But my personal point of view is there's absolutely nothing wrong with any of these features. But the only thing is that the Java community tends to embrace them blindly and not consider the possibility that maybe you don't always have to use all of these features. And so by showing you examples in Python, I'm hoping to let us think that maybe we don't need to change our tool set, but just our mindset. Now, I used to work in North America, and it wasn't possible to describe a problem without putting it in a sports parallel. I don't know why we did that. I think it was to make sure that the women in the team wouldn't have a clue what we were talking about. But this is the situation that Team Java may or may not be facing, is we're out there playing beautiful football, but we're starting to lose against Team Python and Team Rails, who play a rougher, more direct game. So if I was the coach of Team Java, my message to the players would be, it's time to put some roughness and some directness into our play. So let's have a look at a simple Python program and see how the Python boys do it. What I'm going to do is I'm going to read some data from a database, and I'm going to write it to XML. And here's the code. There's 2 pages. So that's the first page, and then we have the second page. So the first part is reading the data and is going to put it into a list. You can tell how prepared I was, that I found that my display wasn't quite matching the display you have here, so I had to shift some of the code to the left to make room for everything. As a result, some parts have got a little bit overwritten by Duke. Anyway, we start with a program. It's very similar, actually, to a Java program, that we start with our imports for Minidom and Oracle, and then we do a connect to the database, much the same way as you would in Java. And we're going to execute our select statement, which is going to pull off data from the employees table for a particular department. And we tell Python to fetch all of those, and then we're going to put the data into a list. You can't tell from the code that it's a list, because in Python, everything is context. And the fact that I've used the square brackets here means the context is a list. A Python list is much the same as an array list or a vector in the Java world.